Hey guys, and welcome to another Pokemon Wi-Fi battle. This one is against Shadow Pokeladder forms. So he leads off with Manaphy, and I lead off with Breloom, and I get to spore off. Somehow my Breloom is faster than that thing. I guess it has no EVs and speed, so he switches out because he knows I'm gonna try to set up with sub and all that shit. And he brings in something that can counter this Breloom, and I use sub, of course, and I get the C-bomb off, and that immediately tells me that my Breloom is faster than this thing, so this has to be a tank. And I get a crit here, which didn't make a big deal. And he roars me out to my Gyarados. And I switch my Gyarados out because I don't want to get hit by a Thunder or a Thunderbolt or any of that shit. And I wanted to use my Gyarados later in this fight. So he roosts while I switch in my Celebi. And I get the Leech Seed off here because he switches out into his Overdrive. Or, no, I use Calm Mind, I guess. So, I use Calm Mind, of course, and he Ice Punches me. And I know this is definitely not going to kill me because Celebi's just a beast. And he takes like a champ. So I Leech Seed this Electabuzz, and I get some health back, of course. And that was nice there because I wanted to start setting up with Calm Mind here. But he switches out to Turbulence, his Latias. I just Calm Mind here. And I'm pretty sure this is one of the Stalwarts I have in here. Because this thing fucking does not die. It just won't die in this match. So he uses Toxic, and I Leech Seed him. And I get some health back, of course, from Leech Seeding his life. And I use Calm Mind again because I know this thing is going to be using like something like Surf or some shit like that, or Dragon Pulse. And he gets Toxic off, which I don't really care because I know I can switch out with Celebi and get rid of this Toxic at any time I want. So I just keep him in and just try to Calm Mind as many times as I can so I can deal some damage with Psychic. So, yeah. He uses Dragon Pulse here, and look how much this does to this Celebi. It does absolutely nothing. This thing is just a monster. So I get hit with Poison there, and he gets some lefties. And I get some more health with Leech Seed. And that thing is ticking down his health, so that's pretty nice. And I get the Psychic off here. I want to know how much damage it would do, and it did pretty decent damage considering Lantias has pretty good special defense. So here I'm just thinking I'm just gonna kill this off right now because I really don't feel like dealing with this Latias anymore because I don't want this poison taking more, so I don't have to switch on my Celebi because this is pretty much over now because Calm Mind, that's pretty much a good game. I Calm Mind like at least 4 times, but I didn't want Celebi to die in this match, so I don't sweep with him because I really didn't want him to die from this poison. I could have probably done it later if he hadn't gotten that poison off on me, but of course poison kind of kills me there. So I get the Leech Seed off, and then I Psychic him and just finish off his Latias. And he sends out his sends out his Overdrive, which is his Electivire. And I know that this thing will Ice Punch me, so I'm like, fuck this. I'm switching into Fortress. And Fortress just takes this like a beast and deals like pretty much no damage to my Fortress. He uses Thunder here, and I'm like, shit, man. This thing has some special EVs as well. Look how much damage that Thunder did to my Fortress. It did pretty good damage considering this Electabuzz is probably like freaking a Damon or something. I'm predicting he is. I don't know. So I send out Breloom just to see what he would do, and he uses Thunder and it misses. And then I switch out to Heatran, and then he switches out to his Manaphy, and I use Earth Power because I didn't want to overpredict. I knew he was gonna switch, but I just didn't want to overpredict, and because I thought he was gonna switch to his ACDC, which he does this time, and of course Earth Power doesn't do anything to that. So I switch into Celebi because I know this thing can deal with ACDC pretty good. And he sends out his Scizor, and I get some lefties again with Celebi, and I Leech Seed him here because the Scizor can do some pretty good damage. And here he makes a mistake. He uses Brick Break instead of the move he's about to use on his next turn. Watch the move that he has. I switch out because I know this thing has fucking U-turn or some shit, and it has Bug Bite, man. This thing could have really changed the battle because my Celebi, I don't know how good he would have taken that Bug Bite, because considering it's like 4 times special or some shit like that, yeah, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't have taken that good. So he switches into his Tango, and I set up more spikes on him, and I believe he Dragon Dances here. I'm not sure. I switch out my Fortress to my Gyarados because I know this, what's it called? This, Kingdra definitely can't do crap to my Gyarados. So I Dragon Dance here while he switches out to his Electivire. So he gets that Rain Dance off, but the only reason he really got it off was just to, give, his Overdrive a chance to, you know, not ever miss with Thunder, because that move, of course, it misses a couple of times. Or I wouldn't say a couple of times, I would say a lot, because that move usually misses a lot. So I hit him with the Waterfall. I don't know, I guess he didn't think that my Gyarados would be faster than him with one Dragon Dance off, or up. And I use Waterfall here, and this thing doesn't, like, take any damage from this. Well, I mean, he does take damage, of course, but it doesn't take as much damage as I thought it would, and he kills my Gyarados off with a Thunder, which, it wasn't really a big deal, because I didn't really care about my Gyarados, because I thought this match was pretty much over after that, because probably the only thing that can kill my freaking Celebi is that Scizor or that Latias. So, yeah. So here he gets hit with Toxic Spikes, and I at least see this Kingdra, and the rain stops, so, he starts setting up some Dragon Dances here, I think, because I guess he thought that if he got some Dragon Dances off, he could kill my Celebi. So I use Recover here because I thought this thing was faster than my Celebi, and apparently it wasn't, so that kind of sucked. I just wasted a turn there because I know Celebi would have gotten the health back with Leech Seed and Leftovers on that shit, so that was pointless there. So he Dragon Dances again. Of course, he's getting faster than me, of course. So I use Psychic here to see how much damage it'll do, so maybe I can just kill this thing quick, because this thing could do some possible damage to my whole team if I don't kill it off quick. So he gets those two Dragon Dances off, then he outrages here, and I'm like, shit, please do not kill my Celebi, or it's good game. And luckily, Celebi lives that shit like a beast, and I get the Psychic off, and I kill his Tango. So pretty much from there, it's good game, unless he somehow kills me with his Bismarck, which is his Scizor. But I know he's going to use Bug Bite, and I switch into Fortress because I really don't want my Celebi to die. Because if something happens, I can just wall him with Celebi. So he kills off my Fortress here with a Brick Break, and I'm pretty sure this crit mattered. I'm almost positive it mattered because Fortress has pretty decent, or not decent, but really good defenses. So that crit probably mattered a lot. I'm not sure though, but it didn't really matter because it didn't change the outcome of this battle. Scizor dies there from his Life Orb. This Manaphy here gets hit with Spikes, and I switch out to Breloom just in case. I don't want this thing to wake up and fucking just own my Heatran. And I Seed it, bomb him, and it kills this Manaphy off, which is sweet because I just wanted the thing out of the way. He switches into ACDC, and I switch out my Breloom for Heatran because I know this thing is going to use something that can do some decent damage. Uses Thunder, and it does some pretty good damage to my Heatran because my Heatran's not calm or any of that shit. It's a standard, you know, moveset and all that shit. So yeah, it's a good game here because I go out with a bang and blow this thing up. So bye bye ACDC, and good game Shadow. Comment, rate, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.